Hey y'all, Kathryn here with Ukulele Wine Time. Welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to play Looking at Me Like That by Vance Joy. Let's do it. Ukulele Wine Time. We'll be playing this song in the key of C, which is the original key, and you'll need 5 chords with an optional 6th chord. Those chords are C, G, A minor, F, E minor, and C major 7. If you need a deeper review of these chords, check out the timestamps below. I walk through them nice and slow at the end of this video. In this video, I'm going to walk you through each section of the song. We'll take a look at places where the lyrics line up with the chords, so you have a nice little anchor there. We'll do some counting to help you feel more confident when you're playing this song. We'll of course talk strumming, rhythm. I'll give you some different options to level up whenever you're ready to do so. We'll take a wine break because this is ukulele wine time. Wine is always optional. What else? We'll talk starting pitch. So if you're singing the song, you'll always know where to start, how to find that note on your instrument. And then we'll of course do a full run through of the whole song. By the way, this follows my method for learning songs called the lyric method. It's 6 steps to learning a song. You can check that more out. I'll link that above. Before we start, we need 3 pieces of vital information about the song. That is the key, the time feel or time signature, and the form of the song. So first up, we already mentioned we're doing this in the key of C, C major. So that is our home base for the song. Key of C, original key. Time signature or time feel, we are in 4/4, which means our heartbeat of the song is in 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're grouping the beats into groups of 4. There is a little opportunity in this song to go deeper into some counting and rhythm. When I chose this song, I was like, oh, this is really easy, basic chords for the ukulele, but there's a whole other rhythmic side to this song that is more than meets the ear, meets the eye. So I will go into that a little bit, but for the most part, we're going to keep it nice and easy and simple for this video. Finally, we've got form, very important. Going into learning a new song helps you kind of keep all the sections in order. So we've got verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and that does that again, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. There's an interlude, a bridge, chorus, interlude. So don't let all those sections intimidate you. A lot of them use the same chords, even the same chord progression. So we'll cover all of that. Let's get started. Here is the verse. So we've got C, G, A minor, and F. And that's the whole verse. That repeats. It's 2 beats per chord. So this is what it's going to sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, G, 2, A minor, 2, F, 2, and then it repeats. C, 2, G, 2, A minor, 2, F, 2. And you play that 4 times for the verse. Let's put lyrics along with it. We don't have too many places in the verse where the words line up with the lyrics. There's a couple ones and I will point those out to you. Okay, so here's the first part. So our C chord comes in first and then the lyrics come in. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I lay as the light rolls in across your skin, and I wait just to watch it fall across your face. Okay, that's the first little section. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, I lay, G, as the light rolls in across your skin, C, 2, and I wait just to watch it fall across your face. Take our time with the sweet delay. Okay, so that first little chunk, we don't really have too many words that line up. It's kind of nice and very syncopated. The second part, when we got take our time, so the word take lines up with your C chord, and the word sweet lines up with your G chord. Take our time with the sweet delay. I pull you close 'cause the day can't wait. Once again, 3, 4. Take our time with the sweet delay. I pull you close, 'cause the day can wait. The day can wait, y'all. And then we're back to that same chord progression again. C, G, A minor, F, C, to I lay, and I'm hoping we're too bright to fade. Wouldn't know. And then we're into the pre-chorus. So we're going to put that all together in a minute. Let's take a look at the pre-chorus. And this is 2 measures or 2 bars plus 1 beat. So this is where the counting gets a little interesting, kind of cool. So on the word wouldn't, we have a G chord. I wouldn't know. And then on the word no, you're on a C chord. So that's I wouldn't know how to let. On the word let, we have an A minor. How to let you go. And go pretty much lines up with G. It's not exact on it, but very close, just for an anchor. Now, this is where our counting, okay, so we're going to think of this counting on wouldn't. That's actually just going to be 1. We're going to call it a measure of 1. I'm sure there are other different ways to dissect the beat and look at it, but for me, I think this is the easiest way to count it, to keep it simple. So we've got, I wouldn't, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 1 beat of G on wouldn't, and then on our C chord on the word no, we're starting a new measure, beat 1. So we've got 3 beats of C, and then A minor is on beat 4. So it's going to be C, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Every time you love me. And then we're into the chorus. Let's do the whole pre-chorus, and then we're going to put the verse and pre-chorus together. It's going to make a lot more sense. Here we go. So pre-chorus, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wouldn't, 1, 2, 3. How to let you go, 2, 3. Every time you love. Now, let's put it all together with the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lay as the light rolls in across your skin. 1, 2. I wait just to watch it fall across your face. Take our time with the sweet delay. I pull you close, 'cause the day can wait. I lay, and I'm hoping we're too bright to fade. I wouldn't know how to let you go every time you love me. And then we're into the chorus. Before we head to the chorus, one note about the way we're playing the chords versus listening to the recording. So this is what I mentioned earlier. There's kind of a deeper level of counting in this song and this rhythm that's being implied. So if you listen to the recording, where in verse 1, where you hear the chords being played is not necessarily where beat 1 is. And I'm going to leave it as that. The counting is correct, what we just did. But if you listen, you might hear different chords line up with different words and be like, huh. And this actually confused me a little bit. I had to go back and really listen to it and kind of figure out, oh, here's the beat. It's a little deceptive. So it's actually got this triplet feel, kind of a 3/2 feel. And if you would like to explore that, I'll give you a little exercise to try. So first, you're going to tap your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to clap kind of this 3 feel that's on top of our kind of, quote, normal beat. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So the foot by itself, 3, the hand by itself, together. So if you listen to the recording, you're going to start to hear that kind of triplet feel throughout. On that note, let's head on to the chorus. So here we're going to need an F to G chord, and then a C, E minor, F. Okay, I have 2 caveats for the chorus. One has to do with a chord, one has to do with a rhythm. Let's just play it first, and then we'll talk more later. So we've got every time you love me. So the word love lines up with F. Every time you love me, G. Every time you take my hand. So that's our C, E minor, F. Lines up with take my hand. Can you tell I'm praying? So F lines up with praying. You won't stop looking at me like that. And then that's our C, E minor, F. And that's the whole chorus. And it does that again. Let's try a slow run through of that first half of the chorus. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Every time you love me, every time you take my hand, can you tell I'm praying? You won't stop looking at me like that. Baby, when you love me, every time you stare right back, can you tell I'm praying? You won't stop looking at me like that. Oop, I did the whole thing. I just can't help it. It's such a good chorus. Okay, caveat number 1 has to do with the rhythm. So for our purposes, we're going to keep it nice and simple, and we're going to line up the C chord with looking at me like that. So C with looking, E minor with me, and F with that. My note is, or my caveat is that the recording, the F chord isn't exactly on the word that, and that has to do with the triplet, underlying triplet feel or a 3-on-2 feel. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to keep it nice and simple for our run through. Okay, that was note number 1. Note number 2 has to do with a chord option for you. Instead of the E minor, you can play a C major 7. Looking at me like that. And same for take my hand. So replacing the E minors with the chorus with a C major 7. And so an E minor chord has the notes E, G, and B. E, G, B. The chord C major 7 has C, E, G, B. So it has the same 3 notes with an added C, which is kind of fine because we're in the key of C. So I was playing around with that. The C major 7 works great. Or if you want to do E minor, that works great too. Totally up to you. Just know that for the playthrough, you'll see E minor on the screen, but you have the option of replacing that with the C major 7. Next section is the post-chorus, or we're going to call it the interlude, and surprise, it's the same exact chords as the chorus, so you don't have to learn anything new. It's just, this is the O's, so we've got oh, stop looking at me like that, and it does it again. F, G, O, C, E minor, F, or C, C major 7, F. That's our whole interlude section. And let's head on to the bridge. So bridge has 4 chords just in a different order. So we've got G, A minor, F, and C. 2 beats each for the whole of the bridge. That just repeats. Let's check it out. So first we've got G, 2, A minor, 2, F, 2, C, 2. I never saw you coming, darling, and I hope I'm enough. Ooh, and we got some word anchors there. So on the word saw, we've got A minor. So start with G. I never saw. A minor lines up with the word saw. Coming, darling, lines up with F, darling with our F chord. And I hope I'm enough. So hope lines up with C. And that's true, those lyrics repeat, so it's true for both times. The next little section, we've got, there's nothing left to do but fall into your love. So on the word left, we've got A minor, and on the word into, we've got our C chord. And then that whole section repeats. Let's try the bridge all together, nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I never saw you coming, darling, and I hope I'm enough. There's nothing left to do but fall into your love. I never saw you coming, darling, and I hope I'm enough. There's nothing left to do but fall into your love. F, 2, 3, every time you love me. Okay, and then at the end of the bridge, there is a little kind of connector to the chorus, and that is E minor to F, and then another kind of full bar of F where we're just waiting. And there's like kind of that break in the, that's a nice like breath in the music there. So that goes, fall into your love. So E minor to F, and then F, 2, 3, every time you love me. And then we're into the chorus. Next, let's talk strumming. So we've just been doing simple downstrokes to start, and the song is kind of, the verses at least, are built around just those simple downstrokes where you can really see how powerful simple can be, right? We've just got the I lay, and so played the wrong chord there, it's fine. So you can just start, if that's where you're at and that feels good to stay there, I invite you to just stay there. If you want to add extra downstrokes, you can always do that. 1, 2, I lay across your face. 1, 2, take our time with a sweet delay. Okay, so adding double downstrokes, or 2 per chord. And this is actually also a perfect strumming pattern for the bridge. So once you get to that bridge, it's kind of got that driving, pulsing feel. I never saw you coming, darling, and I hope I'm enough. All right, so that's a perfect strumming pattern to also use on the bridge. And if you've seen my videos before, you know I'm all about mixing and matching strumming patterns, really getting creative, kind of making your own arrangement with the strumming pattern. So that's a note you can make on your printout if you've got it, or just on your piece of paper. So that's strumming pattern option number 1. Number 2, we're gonna do a simple so that's down, 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 up. Down, 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 up, down. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. And that's once per chord. Okay, that's strumming pattern option 2. Option number 3, if you want to add a little more rhythmic variation, we can do down, up, up, down, up. That's down, up, down, up. And a good way to kind of conceptualize this is to keep in mind that your hand will always be moving here, kind of doing those up beats and down beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up. And then you decide when your fingers hit the strings. Down, dun, 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 down, up, down, up, down. And it's helpful actually before putting it to the strings is to just get that kind of rhythm going. Da, 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 and then just saying down, up, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, then up, up, moving it to the strings, up, up, down, up, down. So let's try that with a little bit of the verse. Here's what it'll sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lay as a light was in across your skin. Let's briefly talk strumming pattern for the chorus. So it already kind of has this great built-in rhythm that fits with the lyrics. So we've got every time you love me, right? So that's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if you want to add a little more to that F, G, here's what you can do. You can keep it simple there, or you can go down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Every time you love me, every time you take my hand. And then from there, if you want to add more downstrokes after the G, every time you love me, every time you take my hand. You can catch the rhythm on every time you take my hand, every time you love me, every time you take my hand. All right, so just giving you some rhythmic options there for strumming on the chorus. As always, you can take these strumming patterns, try them out. If you add a couple more ups or downs or take some out, great. That just means you're using your musical ears. It doesn't have to be exactly this strumming pattern. These are just ones I chose that I thought fit the song well and that were fun to play. So try them out and feel free to experiment at your will. How to find your starting pitch. So once again, we are in the key of C. That means that's our home base. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Hum that with me. Or la. Okay, so for the verse starting pitch, it's going to be an open E string, do, re, mi, or 1, 2, 3, I lay. Okay, so that's an open E string, or the third. Da, da, da. For the pre-chorus, wouldn't know, that's T, do, or 7, 1. So that's a B to a C. I wouldn't know. Now let's look at the chorus starting pitch. How to let you go. And, oh, it's also an E. Every time you love. All right, so we've got every time you love. So that's E, open E to our open G string. Every time you love me. Ooh, and we're singing a G over an F chord. That's cool. Love. It's a little crunchy, but it's really nice. Love me. So we've got open E to G. And then what do we have left? We have the O's, right? We've got O. What is that? O. That's an A. So that's you could play an open A string, but it's an octave below that. O, which is the third of that chord. F, A, C. A is the third of your F chord. Now, why is this important? Number one, if you're playing this for other people, or if you're playing this on a gig and you like freeze and you're like, I can't hear my starting pitch. It's good to be able to have that jotted down and just know where that lives. So you can just hum it and feel supported. And then 2, if you want to change the key, maybe this song isn't quite in your key, check out this video if you want to do that. This is a great song to practice changing keys. We use Roman numerals. I show you a whole secret code. But then again, knowing the starting pitch or the relationship to the chord that you're playing is just so powerful. It just opens up all new doors for you and opens up your ears as well. So in a nutshell, that's how to both find your starting pitch, and that's the importance of knowing your starting pitch. So cheers to that. And cheers to you for being here. Cheers. Zoom. If you didn't know, this is ukulele wine time, where we play ukulele, and you are welcome to join me for a glass of wine if you like, but tea or water is also cool. And it's so cool that you're taking time out of your day to learn this awesome song by Vance Joy. We've been singing this throughout my house. My little 3-year-old has been asking to listen to this song. It's such a beautiful song. And again, if you haven't checked out the music video, I was delighted that it wasn't, I'm sure the original motivation for writing the song was about love, but I love that the video is about a woman and her dog. It's really, really breathtaking and really, really sweet. So check that out. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, please also cheers the like button below. It helps my little channel out so much. Leave me a comment if you try this song out. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it goes for you, especially the rhythm stuff. I want to hear what you're feeling about the rhythm. So once again, cheers. Thanks for being here. And I think it's time for our whole song playthrough. Let's do it. Are you ready? I'll give you 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lay as the light rolls in across your skin, and I wait just to watch it fall across your face. Take our time with the sweet delay. I pull you close 'cause the day can wait. And I lay and I'm hoping we're too bright to fade. I wouldn't know how to let you go. Every time you love me, every time you take my hand, can you tell I'm praying you won't stop looking at me like that? Baby, when you love me, every time you stare right back, can you tell I'm praying you won't stop looking at me like that? I'm all in, and it's getting deeper wave by wave. I'm all in, I'm giving in without refrain. As you hold me in your gaze, I know there's no chance this is fake. Darling, you show me there's no other way. I wouldn't know how to let you go. Every time you love me, every time you take my hand, can you tell I'm praying you won't stop looking at me like that? Baby, when you love me, every time you stare right back, can you tell I'm praying you won't stop looking at me like that? Oh, stop looking at me like that. Oh, don't stop looking at me like that. I never saw you coming, darling, and I hope I'm enough. There's nothing left to do but fall into your love. I never saw you coming, darling, and I hope I'm enough. There's nothing left to do but fall into your love. Every time you love me, every time you take stop looking at me like that. Oh, don't stop looking at me like that. Ooh, okay. My one little page turn. Sorry about that. I like to print front and back to save some paper. I hope you enjoyed playing and learning this song with me. What a gorgeous little love song. I really, really enjoyed this one. I love the lyrics. Whether it is about your dog or a loved one in your life, this is just a nice one to add to your repertoire. So thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe for some more ukulele, more wine time, more ukulele wine time, and I will see you soon in the next video. Cheers! Ukulele wine time! Hey y'all, as promised, here is the chord review for this video. So I'm going to take you through how to play all of these chords. So first up, we have a C chord. This is a 1-finger chord. So we're going to use your ring finger, or if you're using finger numbers, that's 1, 2, 3, your third finger on the 1, 2, 3, third fret of your A string. So that's going to be the string closest to the floor. Pushing all the way down to the wood with the tip of your finger for a nice C major chord. There's your C major. All right, next up, let's do our G chord. So we've got this ring finger actually is just going to jump over one string, same fret there, and then you've got your peace sign fingers on the second fret on the strings surrounding where your ring finger is. So it makes a little triangle there on the fretboard. That's our G major chord. Next up, we have an A minor chord. So your middle finger, your second finger, is going to jump to the second fret on the top string or your G string. Another 1-finger chord there, so that's our A minor. Next up, we have an F chord, so you'll keep that finger there. Okay, so keep your second finger, your middle finger there, skip a string, first fret, first finger for your F chord. So A minor, F. Next, we'll do our E minor chord. So this makes a diagonal up the fretboard. Okay, so we're starting on our 1, 2, 3, our 4th fret with your ring finger on the second string down from your face or your C string, and then traveling up the fretboard. So then your middle finger will be on the 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3, and your first finger will be on the 2nd fret, and they are all one string apart. This is our E minor chord. Okay, now this chord is optional. If this is too tricky for you in this song, you can replace it with a C major 7 chord, which shares all the same notes, plus it just adds a C, which is our key of the song, our home bass, so totally works. So to play a C major 7, another 1-finger chord, so we've got our middle finger, or your second finger on the 2nd fret, bottom string or A string. Ooh. Do you hear the difference between those chords? You got C major 7 and our E minor. So they share a lot of the same notes. And then when moving between those, you've got your C, looking at me like that. Kind of an easier transition there. So you're just going, and then jumping over to your F chord. So I hope that helps. You've got the option there, C major 7 or E minor. All right, see you soon. Bye. Ukulele wine time.